They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Watson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. They set up the screen to Chubb. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. On 4th down, Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. On 1st down, it's Watson. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Back to throw, Watson. Steps away to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson drops it off for Chubb. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
The slot man in motion right. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5, and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Browns drive about to get started. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Watson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson on the move to his left. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he's going to pick up the Browns' 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. To throw is Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Forced out to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Here's Watson. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. So they've converted their first 2 fourth-down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that third one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He'll buy some time right. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced...
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Cooper, the man in motion right. After the interception, here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Rolling to his right. And that will be incomplete.
And he is such a tough quarterback to defend because you got to remember, arguably, he's more dangerous outside the pocket than he is in it. But how about the job they did defensively to stay with the receiver and knock the ball away? I think they had a sigh of relief there because oftentimes when he gets outside the pocket, big plays result downfield.
Here we go on 4th. Watson, and it's going to be batted down. And, we'll go. And the Eagles defense able to hold. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Another run with Sanders. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And the Browns are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll go again with Sanders. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
It's a second down run with Sanders. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On third down, they turn to Sanders. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they wind up getting 13 there on 4th down. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Oh, they go with it. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Another run here with Sanders. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. It's caught by Bryant. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Trying to lay one up deep. And that, nearly picked off. It would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now Watson. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Watson. Again to Bryant, and again it's caught. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Watson. Out to his left. Well, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the 1st down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. To throw, Watson rolling to his left. There's another catch by the running back, Nick Chubb. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and run it in. And he is not going to reach the goal line. A courageous call to try for 2, but they will remain down by a point. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Hurts down to one knee, and that should just about do it.
And how about this finish? Able to take a knee, run out the clock, and close this game out by 1 point. You talk about how many coaches we talked to? They all said the same. All I want to do is win by 1 point. That got tested in this one.
Yep, and that cliche rings true. A single penny separates this one. Obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track. Hey, they got enough points to get the job done, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win, and in this